All right, in the last video we tore the CBR down, and today we got new parts in the mail from Babbitt's, and we're gonna start putting this thing back together. We got the new rear pan, we got new clip-ons, new air filter. I still have been battling trying to get that key made. I gave in and just bought a new ignition set. I got the ignition, the rear lock, and the gas cap. So there's a very good chance that we will be able to get this bike started. So let's just jump straight into this. Okay. All right, so we got the rear pan. This sits under the bike. This holds the battery, the rectifier, the rear harness, the back light. The first thing I need to do is get these little bushings off, because you can see they're not on here, they're not here, and they're not here. So that's why I didn't throw this away. So let's go ahead and get to that. Take a pick and just push it through. Be careful not to cut yourself on the sharp. Ooh, I got close. Should have wore gloves with that. At the bottom of this pan, there's one little clip right here. Alright. Alright, to make putting these bushings in a little bit easier, I'm just gonna add a little bit of grease just to give them a little bit of persuasion. Just general purpose automotive grease, nothing crazy. Get a tube of this stuff from AutoZone or Advanced Auto Parts for like $10. I've been using the same tube for going on 2 years, I think. Put this one back in. We got the wiring harness. It's gonna have to sit up like this, and this pan is gonna come under. It's gonna go like this. Yeah, it's gonna go like this above that bar, and the rectifier has to come down and mount under here. So this is gonna be interesting how this is going to work. So this is actually upside down. This needs to be like this. missing something right now. What am I hitting? Something. I am missing something here, and I don't know what it is. There's a little bit of a trick to get this thing in here. These little tabs got to go on top. I had to go look up how the heck I took this thing off. These tabs, there we go. These have to go on top. There we go. And now, yeah, that's it. That's it. The rectifier slots into that little hole there, and the holes line up. These little tabs right here, you gotta make sure that they're above the frame on both sides. And then you're able to basically push that more towards the front, and then that allows the rectifier hose to line up. I got the rectifier right here and the two holes right here. And we just gotta line these, shoot. Yeah, we gotta line these up. Boy, I'm clumsy right now. Let's see, should go straight through. Nope, because I don't have it down far enough. There we go. All right, and then you gotta go from the bottom. I have that's my chopstick. Okay. From the bottom with the washer. Now this might be a bit of a challenge. No, let's see, not the washer, a nut. All right, so what I got here is a 10mm deep socket. Put the bolt in there. I'm gonna go from the bottom where the bolt comes through, or the Allen key, whatever comes through. I'm just using that to hold it, and that is gonna allow it to grab. There's enough space to do it. And I just gotta do the other side. Same thing on the other side. I said bolt, this is a hex nut. I get my terminology confused a lot, so I apologize multiple times in advance. I say the wrong thing so many times, and this will not be the last time, I promise you. So you go from the bottom, and did it grab? Don't think it grabbed. Just gotta get it on there. All right. Make sure you don't cross thread, but now just come in and tighten this down, but this is more secure now. Just put your finger on it so you can stop the nut from turning. That's literally all it needs. That's not going anywhere now. This is the fuel pump connector to the wiring harness. See that little tab right there? Just like that. And the fuel line is going to come back. Let's see, was that like that? Or was that under? Okay. Got 4 screws, 2 on each side. I got one here. There we go. Alright, and the last 2 on here goes here. goes over the starter solenoid like that, and it sits on these little plastic arms right here. Pops into place like that. I think that's good. Alright, where is my battery? Oh no! Alright, so we got positive, we got negative. Battery say super muff. Alright, so we got our tender, which I will be hooking back up so we can charge the bike, or the battery rather. I'm gonna strap this super muff in. Alright, take this off because it is partially broken. How does this come out? This doesn't make any sense. Yeah, so rather than use pliers, just give the cable a good tug and that will release it. Because it's the lock and that comes off. Actually, this is not broken. It's actually still a good piece. I guess that piece from the seat is messed up, but this bracket is actually perfectly fine. So this is the locking mechanism that holds the back seat on. It is broken on that little tab. Let's fix this. Take a soldering iron. I'm just gonna melt it back together. Just like that. It's got like a nylon zip tie. I'm just gonna melt the zip tie in there. Why is because the zip tie, think of the zip tie as a way of reinforcing it, essentially. Like this, let's do it from this side because I'm melting this iron. Let's go like this. Oh, I moved it too soon. Reinforce this piece. Yep. We'll come to the other side. Probably do the same thing. Alright, this is only here for temporary. I have something that's going to replace this. But if you want to get it out, pull it and it comes out. But we're going to leave it in there for now. I know it would take it out. We don't need it there. While I'm back here, I will go ahead and try to install this. Goes through like that. I think this is going to be angled down like this. No. Can that fit? It can fit. Honestly, I think it might be easier. Let's see. No, because once you get the cable on, you can't do that. There you go. That was a little challenging, not gonna lie. Alright. Alright, that works. There's a piece that goes here. It keeps that locked. And the last part is the shim. Pretty sure you flip it upside down, push the lock down, and that holds it in place. It's done. All right, with the rear panel, with the rear panel in, we got the battery back in. We don't have it hooked up, but we're very close. But now I'm gonna go ahead and put the air box back together. That means putting the new air filter in, and we're gonna keep moving forward. So we got the old air filter and we got a genuine new air filter. What's cool about this is the stock one is yellow and the replacement is green, so that lets you know if your air filter has been replaced. But obviously this is why I'm changing out the air filter, and probably why you should if you have a good amount of miles on your bike. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop this in. One last wipey wipe. Make sure I'm not leaving anything in here. There is a gasket around this, but I'm not worried about that. And also, this is why you have something in these in this throttle body, so you don't drop these screws inside the throttle body. That would not be fun. But you know, once the throttle doesn't open the throttle body, you can use a magnet and get them out. I'm not gonna worry about those spark plugs right now. I would rather start the bike and see how it runs, because I do think the bike was just on its side, and that's why that oil was in areas it wasn't supposed to be. But that was easy peasy. And there also is a gasket around the airbox cover. I'm not changing that out either. It should be perfectly fine. Lift that up. We did get the paper out of here. Okay. All right, just checking. This is in there. Like so. And just tighten everything down. Moving to the front of the bike, I gotta still deal with this. This is the aftermath of me getting the ignition switch out. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut the top of this off so I can slide this over this. And I'm gonna mask this off so we don't get metal bits everywhere. See all the metal shavings and stuff. Got a pair of channel locks. I'm just gonna see if I can manually just turn this thing. Yeah, no, that's not working. Let's try a pair of vice grips. Awesome. Now you guys can see just how far this security bolt went down into the frame to keep the ignition secure. So next up, we're gonna get these clip-ons installed and also the upper triple. All right, so we got the right clip-on. Goes like this, but there's a stopper ring here. You need to make sure that's actually installed. That little ring, yeah. Stopper ring is there. Down, screw in, and the left side stopper ring is on. Slide the clip on down. This one has a bracket on it for the harness can't tighten it right now because we still gotta get these aligned. So it's down like this. I am very grateful that this was designed in a way where you could take this off. Or the physics, I guess, just worked out where you could literally take this off without having to take the front wheel off or anything. I almost forgot. I'm running out of opportunity to do this. Routing is very tight. I might have already missed that window. I have, so this has to come off. Just so I can move this through here. I can re-zip tie this over here temporarily. Ow. Oh, I messed up. I think that's right. No, that's not right. That's actually kind of cool though. So like, whee! Just the other way around. This is a learning moment. It's supposed to go in the front. Wait, there it is. All right. Actually, you know what? Let me show you this. Let me show you this. Actually. All right, see those little holes right there? One there and one there. That is where that little notch on the clip-on is supposed to line up into. And there's the notch on the clip-on the right. And there's the notch on the clip-on the left. This actually makes complete sense why they tell you in the manual to not tighten these down, because you need to be able to move these to line them up in the hole once you actually knock the triple down on top. Yep. This one, I went too far. Just a little balance on that. Right, now let's try it. And they're in. The stopper rings are where they need to be. These are where they need to be. Tighten this one down. Ooh, what side does that go on? I don't think it matters. Yeah, I had some kinks in there when I was tightening down, but it went on there. 76 foot-pounds. Bro, 76 foot-pounds. Why aren't you clicking, man? I'm about to give up because I'm getting a little scared. Nah, we done. That's 76 foot-pounds because this thing's not clicking, man. There's no grease on this. I'm a little afraid that something's yeah, we're gonna run with that as it is. You know, I don't know what was going on with that, but these each on top are 16 foot-pounds. All right, there's that one. I don't know if my torque wrench needs to be calibrated, but that click is just not coming like it normally does. Man, that's good enough. Clip-on bolts are 20 each. Gotta click that time. This is nerve-wracking, man. I don't know if it's more so that this torque wrench just doesn't register well under 20. Not bending that. All right. I fought a lot with this rear master cylinder and this rear set and this brake switch back here. I am hoping that it does not give me as much of a problem putting it back together than when it did me taking it off. But something tells me it's gonna be a freaking nightmare. Let's see, I'll go like this. Okay. Now, if I remember, that's gonna go like that. And then we're gonna take this little doohickey. The only issue is I don't have a cotter pin to replace that with. So I'm gonna have to wait on that. This goes towards this, and then it hooks into the spring, brake lever right here. Oh dear. Yeah, it's gonna take a little bit of force, persuasion. Let's try that again. Oh. Like that. Put that sleeve back on there like that. And now we need to deal with the brake pressure switch, but I'm gonna go get some cotter pins so that will be secured. But the pressure switch is gonna come around like this. I'm gonna replace this broken spring with this new spring. And then we're gonna hook that spring, if I remember, in here. Oh, Brandon, I didn't put it through the loop. Jesus. Please don't tell me I messed this spring up. Okay, I'm out of, okay. Oh boy, that almost turned bad. I got, besides myself filming this, this has to go through here, because that is what gives that leverage. All right. Okay. Have to test that. We got the peg. I originally thought the washer, that's here, goes in between the peg and the back, in between the slot, but it actually goes on the back. So that was silly of me to think that, but I don't always remember how this stuff goes back together. This goes in here. This foot peg, but let's see. All right, that's through the other side. Then this washer would sit on the back, and I don't have a cotter pin right now for this one either, so I'm just gonna loosely leave this mounted up here. And then what I'll do is I'm gonna run to the store and get these cotter pins. 2 hours later, I went to Harbor Freight to get my cotter pins. I priced these on Honda. They were like, I think $2.60 a piece. I got 555 cotter pins now because I bought an assortment pack for $5 and I only needed 2. You can't just buy 2. So I got a whole pack. Then I went to Home Depot to look for the replacement for these security bolts for the ignition. Could not find any. Then I went to Lowe's, found the last 2. I priced these on Honda. I think they were like $3 something a piece. Got the 2 count for $5.80 or something. Came out to like $6 after taxes. M8 by 1.25. This is the stock bolt. See that little N on it? This is the replacement. M8 by 1.25 by 80 millimeters. The only downside is it doesn't have a security head on it that rounds out. You have a hex, so you can use a wrench or a socket to take it off, but either way, let's install it. We're back down here. Washer, cotter pin, put it through there. We take some pliers, then we just bend it. Pin in there. Get the pliers. It's not going nowhere. We'll go ahead and bolt this back up and torque it down. I think we're good to move on. 24 pounds. 24 pounds. And I'll just give this a good snug. It's only 9 foot-pounds. That's probably good. And that's probably good. Press the brake lever. I can see it actuating the rear master cylinder, and I can see it moving the brake pressure switch. This goes up and down. We're good. All right, so I went and got the screen so we can test the new ignition. This is part of the ignition. This is the bracket, and this is the new ignition, and this is the old ignition with the rear lock. Let me explain this. All right, here's a quick story. If you're new here, I had to cut the ignition off of the CBR because I did not get the key when I bought the bike from auction. I took the ignition switch to 4 different locksmiths. Nobody could make me a key or even try to recreate it off of the locking mechanism. Then I went to Honda. They could not make me a key. They did not have the key code. I called Honda America. They specifically say, we do not keep the key codes on file to call your dealership. So essentially, they want you to buy a new set of keys. I understand that some people have had different experiences, but when you buy these type of motorcycles and you get a set of keys, when you first buy the bike, you get 2 keys, and they give you a tag with the key code like here, 60, but there's 2 other digits that I'm obviously not showing you, but you compare that to your VIN number at the dealership, and that is how you get your keys made when you lose a key. So because of this entire situation, I essentially still would have had to cut the ignition switch off because I couldn't have a key made. So now we got the gas cap, we got the rear lock and the new ignition, but I still have to cut the gas cap out or drill it out at some point to get into the gas tank. But we're gonna install this now and see if we can power on the bike. Also, one more thing. You might think, well, isn't the key code on the ignition? No, I thought the same thing. And of course, with the research, the ignition switch has 3 digits, which are completely different from the key code that I got with these new set of keys, which is 4 digits. I verified this also with 3 different people, 2 locksmiths and also the Honda dealership. It is not the key code. So you're basically gonna have to get new keys or find some wizard that can make you a key. But yeah, let's install this thing. This piece sits on top. This piece sits on the bottom. This is the new ignition. I think this goes through like this. And this sits on top like this, and we're going to take our hex and go through like this through the bottom, and we're going to screw them in just like that. So this is going to drop in like this. 20 foot-pounds. All right, done. Hey yo, listen up. Hey you, hey. Look at me. Now you done seen me do this. You the only person that know this. You know ain't no security bolts there. Don't try to come steal my motorcycle because you know you can swap that out. I'm gonna fight you. You the only person that know. Don't show up trying to steal my bike. I'm gonna fight you. And with that, the new ignition is installed. Got the battery connected, negative, positive, and we don't have the screen on, but if we put this key in here, we should get something. We ain't gonna get no fuel prime because there ain't no fuel pump on here, but see what happens. Nothing. Oh, I didn't connect it. Duh. Mounting point right here. And then we got the connector to the harness right here. That's the wrong way. I knew I was gonna get it wrong. I knew I was gonna get it wrong. I always do. All right, now we should get something. All right, so we got the battery connected, ignition switch connected. This thing should come on. So, yes. It's kind of hard to do this. I kind of already tested it, but yeah, the lights come on. Yeah, now what I am curious though is to plug the screen in to see if we can see what kind of mileage it is. But yeah, I'm happy to see that this actually does work. The lights come on. So that means the bike is getting power. That means the key is working with the rest of the bike. It is allowing everything through. This is exciting. All right, let's plug the screen in. We got one connector on the back. Let's plug this in just like this. We should get some information. All right, let's try this again. Key. Oh, shoot. Okay, now that's freaking cool. Can I do that again? Oh, yeah, that is cool. Wait, was that a rev light? Wait a minute. Let me do that again. I think it has a rev light on the right. Yeah, that little blink right there, that might be a rev light. Or maybe it's not. I don't know. Okay, so you got the time. See the battery's been plugged in, so it's not like 12 o'clock blinking. Let's see, fuel's obviously tripping because there's no fuel tank. It's over there in the corner, just chilling and purging itself. We got engine lights, ABS lights, oil light. The engine light's more likely because there's no tank, there's no handlebar harness or anything, no clutch switch or anything. So this is kind of interesting. Can I press this and see what the mileage is? Let's see, that's changing. Okay, 40 miles. What is that, an hour? H? Time 13:44. It's not showing me what my mileage is though. I want to know what the mileage is on the bike. Oh, there we go. 11,064. That's how many miles we have. Interesting, man. It's my first time seeing that. 11,064. Wow. Well, after a few weeks of dealing with that key situation, it is finally done. I had to spend the money, but the ignition switch, the rear lock, all of it works. We finally got the bike started, or at least turned on. 11,000 miles. We dealt with those clip-ons. We got the rear pan situated. The wiring back here looks good. We got the air filter changed out. We got the rear set situated. Whomever had this bike before me, they rode it. And I'm glad that they rode it. But I think next time we're gonna be able to actually get this bike started. I still have to drill out that gas cap because I got a new gas cap and I gotta get the new one in, which means I gotta get the old one out. But we're gonna save that for next time. But luckily for you, you can click right here and go straight to that episode and you don't have to wait. But as always, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next episode where hopefully we will be starting this bike. Peace.